welcome to another video. This video features a new vegetation stand. A customer requested this to accompany the modular Martian board set in this desert desert color scheme with. And for those of you who haven't seen it before, it comes with resin cast buttes that depict a sort of southwestern United States feel. And when he asked for some vegetation stands that were to match that setting, I immediately gravitated towards cacti, and I started looking around at cactus that were available or modeling my own, and quite frankly, the only ones I could find that I thought had the right look and the right scale were the Pegasus Hobbies museum quality cacti stands. And so what the cacti stands come with are a variety of sizes. You can get two different box sets, and you have to do a little minor assembly, and you have to paint them. They don't come pre-painted, so I've done some painting and a little highlighting to pick out the spines on them, or give them just a little bit of contrast. But they produce really realistic looking stands at this scale, and let me just show you a close-up of what that looks like. So here you can see the upright cacti and the small ones. You basically get two kinds. You get the prickly pears, which are a variety of sizes, and then you get these larger upright cacti. And I've added a bunch of different sizes to the bases to give you a sense of scale and to give it some real depth. And I've added in some other vegetation as well to kind of break it up and give it some variety and interest to the eye. Overall, you can see that the cacti paint up pretty well, and with a little light dry brushing you can pick them out. And I've added in a rock to give it a little bit more interest as well. And you can see here a slightly larger rock, and you can see the other sizes of cacti kind of intermixed on it. Adding in some of this other vegetation on the sides really brings that realism to the overall stand, and combining it with the rock, and it brings that scale forward that I think really is always what I'm trying to aim for on these bases. I've also mounted these on hardboard, and I originally was going to shave off some foam, which I've done for other pieces, but I just think that with the addition of the rock, I wanted something a little firmer like this, and the rock really adds a little bit of weight, and I didn't want to fracture in these areas that are farther away from the rock, so I went with the hardboard, which is going to be much more durable. And here you can see another stand, just to give you a little bit more variety of the look. And you can see the different sizes of the cacti. And let me show you for scale. Here's a Games Workshop 28mm model. This is not a full-size human, however. So a full-size human is going to be just a little bit higher. But you can really tell when you compare this to the cacti next to it that they present a sizable piece and really look the right scale for models at this size. But in honestly, they could be sized against a variety of scales from probably 28 to 30mm. So again, you just can see that you can really just with a little dry brushing pick out those spines and really bring these cacti to life. And overall, I was extremely pleased with how these stands came out. But one of the challenges in assembling them really is that I wanted to paint them on the sprues, and the sprues that they're attached to are really a soft plastic, and they're not really widely jointed. So painting them causes them to kind of flop around a little bit and on the sprue, and that really made it very difficult. So I had to cut them off and hand paint each one individually, which definitely added some time. And these pieces here that you can see, they're joined by pins really, and the pins didn't fit in the hole, so I had to trim those and kind of glue a couple of them together. So they were a little fiddly to assemble, to be sure, and added some time, but overall the effect is very nice. One of the things that was tricky about the stands, though, is that in order to get them to meet the base, the most realistically, I had to cut off some of the pins and some of the bases, and because some of them come mounted on a small stand like a miniature, so they're basically hot glued on, and it provides a pretty sturdy bond. But it's a very small joint, a very small union joint. So I'm going to try to work really hard to package this. I think I'm going to make sort of a do-it-yourself clamshell packaging around this to protect it during shipping, because I just think this is going to be a little bit more of a fragile bond than some of the previous pieces I've done. But of course, if a piece were to break off, a little drop of white glue at the bottom, stick it on, prop it up, let it dry, and you're going to get a really good secure attachment that isn't going to really show. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a chance to see these. They're going to go up on the site in the next day or two. And unfortunately, I was originally going to price them, and I did for the first customer, to price them the same as my other vegetation stands. But I forgot to realize, just how much more these pieces cost. I forget what each box goes for. I have to double check. Maybe $6 to $7 a box. And this is, at least a box worth. Maybe, well, not quite a box and a half, almost. Of pieces, so that's a $7 start just right there. So they're going to be a little bit more than the other vegetation stands, but I realize with the economy where it's at, I'm going to try to keep the price as low as I think I can survive on, so that I can put them in the hands of as many gamers as possible. So if you ever want to see close-up photos of any of these products, including the modular boards and the buttes, any of that, you can always go to TerranScapes.com, and there you can see close-up photos of all the products, as well as other custom work that I've done in the past, and information on how to contact me if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.